Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Southwood County Rec Center for United States Premier Hockey League action. Tonight, the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings are hosting the Minnesota BlueOx. This is the final weekend of regular season play. The teams will be on the ice. The top 8 teams in this 9-team division will be on the ice for the first round of playoff action next weekend. The Riverkings are assured of a home slot in the first round, and we'll talk more about playoff positioning as we move through this evening. My name is Milt Van Atta. I'm excited to be alongside to call the action for you. Paul Kennedy is here, and we're all set for the face-off. Cole Krager out there to take the draw for the Riverkings, who are wearing white with the blue and green trim. Tonight, the BlueOx wearing the black and blue with the white numerals and the white trim on their uniforms. And we welcome you along the platforms of Hockey TV as well as Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Settle in on this Friday evening and enjoy hockey. Jordan Steer's shot is deflected off the stick of Spolik into the corner. The Riverkings are able to momentarily maintain the zone, but now they've got to touch up and get onside. That's off the stick of DeCrook and all the way down for Drake Bradshaw. Ooh, there's a giveaway, but a good bounce for the Riverkings that did not allow Alex Tim, to get that puck in time to get off a good shot. In goal to our left, it's Drake Bradshaw for the Riverkings. In goal to our right for the BlueOx, it's Brady Boudreau. Boudreau and Bradshaw, the goaltenders. Both teams will change out forwards, and we're back underway. Swenson tried to hold it at the point. Puck comes free. Walking into the high slot with it was War, and he moved it to the right, and that pass didn't click, and now they battle for it again with Jordan Steer turning it aside for Raymond Fleming. Up the boards, given away, and the BlueOx here tried to shovel it in front. They had a man in front. That was Eric War again, and he was unable to collect the puck and get off the shot. Meanwhile, Kratchnik tries to move it out. He's able to get it out. Stevenson was slowed down by running into the linesman. All the way down here for an icing call, 1.5 minutes into the hockey game. Well, Paul, the final weekend of the regular season begins here tonight.
Yes, sir, Milt. It's been a great season. The team's really bonded together. I'd like to give a quick shout out to our team up here in the booth.
Oh, man, I'll say.
Art and Nate and Zach and Matt, they've all done a great job all season. So it's been a lot of fun.
It certainly has. Breaking out. Right wing drive by the BlueOx, and the shot up and over the net and out of play. That was Riley Enderle sprinting down right wing. So the Riverkings fans cannot advance towards second place anymore. Their highest ceiling is third seed in the division and in the first round of the playoffs. There's a scenario that could see them drop to fourth. All they need, though, is 1 point this weekend to get the third seed in the first round of the playoffs and what would likely be a matchup with the Minnesota Mullets.
They have the best hair in the league.
Richard Young is able to move it out of the zone, but it's quickly turned back where Harold Jurgens has it. Chipped off the stick of Milius and in, but right back out. Now, again, the BlueOx move in, and Bradshaw makes a save, and Erdman clears it to the far board. Second shot doesn't get through. That hit Hansen's stick and deflected in front.
Riverkings need to get going a little bit. They're a little bit flat in their own zone right now. They're chasing the puck. They need to start playing the man.
Backhanded long and out of the zone by Evan Erdman, but shot right back in by the BlueOx. Here's a steal. Emery's hit, and he spills to the ice, and the Riverkings take over. This is no icing. Yep, it is an icing. Excuse me. Icing called at 17:12 to go in the first period. Well, Paul, the Riverkings do have a fair amount of momentum heading into this game. They just took on the Hudson Havoc in 4 straight games, #1 in the division, and they won 3 out of 4.
Yeah, the last game they were well behind most of that game, but battled back to keep it close at the end. So they've got a lot to be proud of, and I think that heading into the playoffs, nobody should take them lightly.
In the corner, it's picked up by the BlueOx. A centering attempt goes off of a skate of a Riverking. Puck's free. Bradshaw's down, and he's got it, and there's a scrum going on. That's Chase McKenzie in there for the Riverkings, and I think Alex Skrdaski for the BlueOx.
Well, the Riverkings have to show some discipline tonight. They can't get tied up in these scrums in the corners and things like that. Take a risk of taking bad penalties, or also take the risk of maybe one of their players getting injured. So got to look at the big picture.
There's a puck that comes in front that Bradshaw needs to cover. The BlueOx are the team immediately behind the Riverkings. They're 3 points behind Wisconsin Rapids, so they would need to get 2 regulation victories here on the opponent's ice to vault from 4th to 3rd in the final standings for the regular season. So just 1 point for the Riverkings to clinch 3rd place. A pushes it past to Crook, and Timo I goes in, digs in behind the goal. Riverkings still don't have a shot on goal. They haven't tested Brady Boudreau yet. They haven't had much of an offense generated at all. Fleming cuts it off and drops it in. And on the forecheck, Adam Peterson with the big hit. He's got Kreger in front. He's got I in front. But that pass doesn't click off the point. It's shot by Hartley into one of the BlueOx and then sent down the ice.
Hartley had the right idea there. The puck came back to him at the point and just fired in. Try to get it in on net and see if anything good happens for you.
Here's Kratchnik. He digs in the corner as Stevenson comes in to help. Along the boards, Jesse Edwards down to get it, but the BlueOx break out, and here they come through center. Spolik on the forecheck, but he can't get there. Jurgens is there first. Hartley and Tim battle. The puck comes free. Shot, and that was off of Hartley and on to the stick of Stevenson. He tries to split 2 men. He comes to right wing. He shoots, and he shot it wide. I do not believe that Boudreau got a piece of that one. Just wide to the left of the BlueOx goaltender. This one shot out to center. Turned right back in by Evan Erdman. Riverkings change, and Milius is quickly down to step in on the forecheck. They try to get Schrader, but McKenzie plays that well and drops it into the corner.
Thought that puck is spinning around quite a bit. It's not really laying flat tonight, so hard to get a shot.
The point takes a big hit. Now Enderle comes up, possible 2-on-1 here with War. Enderle shoots, save Bradshaw. It's toppling end over end a lot here. It comes in on Boudreau that way, and he covers it up.
Well, goalies love when the puck bounces around like that. That brings a lot of joy to their heart. So I noticed Bradshaw's given up a couple of rebounds. That's pretty uncharacteristic for him. So defense is going to need to be on top of things to helping him out while we settle into the start of the game.
Miller takes it and shoots it around the boards past Fleming momentarily, but covering for him was Colin Moore. Both Colin and Max Moore on the ice now. They move it in front, Colin to Max. And Boudreau had to kick that one aside, or stick it aside, excuse me. Max comes up with the puck, takes a hit. Allows the BlueOx to send it out through center. And Jordan Steer chases for the Riverkings.
Yeah, Steer's had a great season.
The young defenseman from Texas. McDonald pushes it along. Steer moves in, 1-on-2. Boudreau down to make a save there. They battle for the puck, and it'll be Colin Moore in the corner for the Riverkings. Pass War, and off of his stick. They wave off the icing. The play will continue. Breakout pass intended for Timo I. Past him and this will be an icing. 6.5 minutes into this first period. We have no score. Other action this weekend, the Dells Ducks are traveling to take on the Steele County Blades. The Quezon Vipers taking on the Minnesota Moose, and the Hudson Havoc against the Minnesota Mullets, as well as the action here at the Southwood County Rec Center. Now a centering pass, no one there, but stepping down off the point, a wide shot whistled by the defenseman Eric Swenson. Hansen holds, Hansen held his own. He took a huge hit. He spills to the ice. His stick goes flying, the glove goes flying, and a penalty call here that will come against the Riverkings at the 6:44 mark.
Well, it's good to see him get back up and skate off after that collision. So took a big shot.
I think he's a little stung by it. He's moving gingerly to the bench. It's Cole Krager that heads into the penalty box for the Riverkings and sends the BlueOx to a power play. There's Cole in the bench. I should say the penalty box, not the bench. It's a 2-minute tripping call. Let's see who's going to be on the penalty kill. Timo I and Adam Peterson up front. McKenzie and Evan Erdman start on the points at defense. So from the corner, and a whistle by our referee.
Looks like somebody was in the crease.
Okay.
We got a lot of firepower out there for being shorthanded.
Yes, we do. Adam Peterson and Timo I, if they get some open ice, can certainly quickly get a shorthanded chance here for the Riverkings.
Peterson's at what, 31 goals or so for the year? He broke 30 on their last road trip.
Steer has moved out on defense along with Raymond Fleming. Near corner, they battle for it, and nice job by Peterson to clear it out. 40 seconds of the power play killed off. Bradshaw will play it. Pinned against the boards, but shoveled out of there by Fleming. Now Peterson will go for that puck. Good job here by the Riverkings, keeping the BlueOx pinned back. A minute into the penalty kill.
All that started with Bradshaw making that play, stick handling the puck out of his to his defense. He's done a good job with that this season.
Hansen's glove is, or somebody's glove is in the corner. Can't be Hansen's. They would have certainly picked that up when the clock had been stopped. We're down to 40 seconds for the power play as Hartley moves it around for Fleming. But Raymond can't get there to the puck first. Kester does for the BlueOx. And so they hold the zone. Under 30 seconds for the power play. Hartley can't move it out. Jaquette holds it in. Walking in Swenson through traffic. Batted out of the air with the blocker, the paddleboard by Bradshaw. Good puck movement here and a block. That defense by Fleming. That was the best chance of the night. And it comes late in the power play. This kill by... or this clear, by Jared Stevenson will effectively complete the penalty kill. Do we have another penalty call here? I think we do.
Well, the visiting team's opening up their box.
So the Riverkings will be on the power play in 5 seconds as Kester, that is Jonathan Kester, goes to the box. Timo I in to take the draw, 4-on-4 for 5 seconds. Riverkings with Peterson. Now they're on the power play. Cole Krager comes out to be the 5th Riverking. Peterson goes for Krager. It's blocked at the defense. Peterson takes a whack at it, and it hit a stick and bounced up off the glass. Cleared out of there by the BlueOx. Riverkings back up, and Jordan Steer will start out with it. Fleming shoots it past the linesman and into the zone. Boudreau cuts it off, but Krager comes up with the puck. Cole Krager is checked off of the puck there by Jacquette, and the BlueOx are able to steer it all the way down. Bradshaw plays it to Jordan Steer.
Looks like Hansen's better.
He's out there and moving well. Dumped in by Steer. A minute to go on this power play. And we get a whistle. That one jump out of play?
I believe it did.
The net?
Looked like it did.
10 minutes, 19 seconds to go in this first period. Riverkings continue on a power play for 59 seconds. There is no score in this first period. Shots are 7-2 in favor of the Minnesota BlueOx. Cole Krager. Excuse me, that's Kratchnik, 18. I beg your pardon. New forward line out there for the Riverkings. Nice job by Jurgens to hold the zone, but they'll turn it out, and it'll be shot out by DeCroc.
Yeah, that really shows a lot about what this team's been about this year, coming to help each other out and pick each other up.
Jesse Edwards turns, tried to move it in front to Stevenson. Hit one of the BlueOx, and they'll send it all the way down in on Bradshaw. Just 20 seconds now to go in this power play for the Riverkings. Kinsey along to Evan Erdman. New man coming out is Hartley. Richard Young's coming out as well with 5 seconds for the power play. Power play's over. That one cross ice pass is cut off by the Riverkings. Play comes to center ice. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. And we remain scoreless here at the Southwood County Rec Center.
We had nice puck movement on that possession, though, so it's a good sign.
BlueOx head in. Wrist shot that Bradshaw grabs out of the air from Emery.
And that save was much more characteristic of Bradshaw. He didn't give up a rebound at all there. Great job swallowing that up with the block, with the catching glove.
You know, Paul, one of the things that they often talk about in relation to goaltenders is whether or not they're still in net. If they're jumping around and jerking around and moving too much, it tends to lead to poor play. But if they can remain still within the goal, they play better.
Yeah, there's only so many Dominic Hassicks in the world.
Yeah, Milius lets one go from the point. Richard Young is there, but he loses the puck, and it's shot out of the zone. Richard Young, 1-on-2 here. Richard, the big hit. Kyle Smith with that check at center ice. And Young will try to clear it out. It pops up into the air, but it's Fleming on it for the Riverkings.
I think the Riverkings need to get a little bit more physical. That's really more their style of game. Helps them pick up the pace after that.
I just heard a cry from the bench, and I think it was head coach Marty Quarters who said, move the puck. A little like Riverkings hanging on to the puck a moment ago in their own end, not moving it crisply and breaking out of the zone. See if they do that here. Max Moore moves it for McDonald, and Colin Moore goes to chase it. Puck comes free and behind the goal. Hansen tried to move it out, could not. Jurgens just didn't get enough on that one, so it's sent by Hartley from the point. Colin Moore holds the zone, but just barely. Now moving free with the puck. That was Bradley McDonald who stepped in but couldn't get a shot off.
I like the defenseman showing some responsibility there.
Outhead the BlueOx with Enderle. Enderle is hit by Jurgens, and Jurgens takes it away. Riverkings shoot it out and go for a line change. And this is out of the zone. A chance here, 2-on-1 for the Riverkings. Here comes Krager and Peterson. Krager, and Boudreau makes the save. Another centering pass that comes from the far boards. McKenzie steps in as War loses his stick. McKenzie shoots it all the way down. Evan Erdman will step in. He gets it to the side of the net. Peterson looks to make a play, turns, shoots it high into the air as it hit one of the BlueOx and went straight up in the air, but not out of the rink. 6 minutes now. 6 minutes for the first. Peterson was behind the defense, but the Riverkings couldn't get the pass through. And we have a penalty call coming here. Slashing call against the BlueOx will send the Riverkings back onto the power play with 5:55 to go here in the first. It's Jonathan Kester that goes now. 2 minutes for slashing. Just knocked the stick right out of the hand of the Riverking player. Off the draw, won by Edwards. Kretschnick tried to step forward, but he lost the puck, and the BlueOx cleared all the way down.
Well, it's time to get on the board here. The Riverkings have looked a little bit flat this game so far, a little tentative, but I think coming down towards the end of the period now, if they can take advantage of this power play, then that'll carry the momentum going into the second.
Just 3 shots on goal, Paul, in this opening 14.5 minutes. Jurgens makes a move, and that goes in and out of the glove. A Brady Boudreau giveaway that Timo I shot right into his belly.
So yeah, Milt, it's, our research team confirmed that was 31 goals for
30,
Peterson.
Adam Peterson. All right.
So.
Would you introduce me to our research team in between periods?
I could do that now. We have Matt. Well, and that's really all we have here.
Okay.
That's all we need.
Okay. That's all we need is right. Jordan Steer. I steps in. Now backs it out. Given goal with Krager. Minute on this power play. Cole Krager on right wing. Steps down. Turns back. Steer. And that one got in on Boudreau, and he went down to make the save.
Nobody in front of the net. And I think that's what Peterson's talking to him about now.
No one to deflect that puck. No one to block Brady Boudreau's vision.
Or even pick up a rebound.
Aye. With 45 seconds for the power play. Steer at the point. Moves it to the center point now. Timo I steps down, shoots. That one hit the defenseman, but Fleming's able to get a hold of it, and he snaps it above the net and off the back glass with 20 seconds on the power play.
Riverkings are showing good patience and trying to move the puck, but they're still not getting people to the front of the net.
Pass Peterson. Krager on his stick with 13 for the power play. Adam Peterson turns, works to the middle, shoots off of Boudreau's left shoulder. And Steer holds it with 3 seconds to go. Peterson turns, shoots, save with the right leg by Brady Boudreau.
Well, Peterson just made a great play with stick handling past the defender there. He undressed him with that play.
3 minutes and 35 seconds for this first period. There's no score. Riverkings are 0 for 2 on the power play. The BlueOx are 0 for 1. Cobb at center. Richard Young turned back, but Milius advances the puck and shot it off of one of the BlueOx's players. Hansen free with it. This one coming in on Bradshaw, and he punched that. Oh, the puck comes free. Nice job there cleaning up by Colin Moore. Kester backhands it in. Bradshaw plays it along, but gave it up, and centering pass doesn't click and goes all the way out to center. Gibbs steps in.
As good a stick handler as what he is, Bradshaw was a little sloppy on those last 2 tries, so defense needs to get back and give him a hand.
This be an icing. It will, with 2:20 to go, first period. Tonight is billet night. The billet families are the families that host these River King players. These River King players come from all over the United States and all over the world. And while they are here, they stay with a host or billet family. And in between the first and second period tonight, those billet families will be recognized and honored.
Yeah, you know, very commendable the efforts they put forth to host these young men and give them an opportunity for them to follow their dreams.
Max Moore could not move the puck past Flaherty. Now the BlueOx turn back. 3-on-2 becomes a 3-on-3. And a shot from the point. Bradshaw gave up a rebound there, but the rebound was overskated by DeCroc. It's off of his skate into the far boards. Flaherty steps down.
They need to start knocking people over.
Sly slot, DeCroc shot it off. Did that get through to Bradshaw? Did you see,
yeah.
Paul?
Yeah, that got through. He made the save. That was a good
save.
job. Yeah. Yeah, they're being a little tentative tonight. I think they need to start playing the body a little more. Much harder to score when you're horizontal.
Shot high and wide with 1:15 for this first period. Flaherty turns back. It's Peterson in on the forecheck to the far boards.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
Intercepted at center, but then turned right back by Evan Erdman. In on Boudreau, but easily turned aside. 45 seconds, steal out in front for Kreger.
Oh. Probably should have taken the shot.
Jordan Steer holds the zone. Grip pass to Peterson, right back to Timo Ein. A save. Boudreau, pucks freeze right in front of the goal.
There you go.
And Timo Ein scores at 19:32 to give the River Kings the 1-0 lead.
Great shot there, you know, and they just kept battling. The puck was loose, bobbing around, and they hung around, and finally Timo Ein was finally able to get the shot up high and beat Boudreau. So great way to end the period.
River Kings go up 1-0. We'll see who gets the assists on the goal.
Goal scored by number 4, Timo Ein. He was assisted by number 28, Adam Peterson.
Peterson gets one assist.
By number 12, Cole Kreger.
Cole Kreger gets the other. So Timo Ei gets the goal that puts the River Kings on top in the closing seconds of period number 1. Just 15.4 to go now. And Kratchnik takes away the draw win by Edwards and shoots it in. Shot down. It's going to be Jordan Steer chasing. And the whistle goes with 1.6 seconds and an icing.
All right, so do you pull the goalie here, pick up the man advantage?
You can't shoot and score from this end in 1.6, and Marty Quarters agrees with you. Drake Bradshaw's come to the bench. They're going to bring out the extra skater. It'll be 6-on-5. Krager will try to win the draw and get off a quick shot. It goes to the near glass, and the period ends. I scores late. The Riverkings lead it after 1-0. You are watching River King hockey on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV. Just 90 seconds away from the second period here at the Southwood County Rec Center. You are watching River Kings hockey against the Minnesota BlueOx on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV. Paul, would it be fair to characterize the first period as sluggish, perhaps?
Yeah, both teams it looked to be just a little bit like unwilling to commit. I think the BlueOx actually had a little bit stronger of a period for most of that, but the Riverkings, just as they have all year, they've done a great job battling back, and they have the lead. So
1-0 River Kings, and we remind you that if Wisconsin Rapids can come out of this weekend with a single point, they will get that third seed in the playoffs, home ice next weekend, which if those playoffs were to start tonight, it would be the Minnesota Mullets who would be here at the Rec Center for that best-of-3 series. But there's business to do tonight, there's business to do tomorrow night, and then we'll look and see how things all shuffle out. Hudson and the Minnesota Moose still in play for the first spot. Wisconsin Rapids and the BlueOx still in play for the third spot, and a little bit of intrigue for the fifth spot between Rum River and the Minnesota Mullets. So we'll just see how it all shakes out and let you know who will play whom next week. Cole Krager's number 12. He'll take this draw on his right wing. Adam Peterson on his left. Timo I. And then it's Jordan Steer and Raymond Fleming on defense. Shots were 10-8 Minnesota. But their shot number 9 on goal for the River Kings. But Boudreau makes the save. Here's a breakaway. Craig in alone. In on Bradshaw. Shoots and scores.
Can't leave him that wide open.
16 seconds into the second period. Alec Tim gets a breakaway and scores to tie it up at 1 apiece. What broke down there, Paul? What did you see?
Looked like the defense just moved down too far into the zone there and left him wide open out towards center ice. And once they saw that, the BlueOx were able to get that puck out to him, and he was gone.
Tim's goal ties it. We'll get you the assist. Here's another offensive thrust by the BlueOx. Just DeCrook, Oliver DeCrook, getting the lone assist on the Tim goal. 1-1, we're tied. Opening seconds, not opening minutes, opening seconds of the second period. And the gate opens on the River King penalty box, and Jesse Edwards heads off. So now Minnesota gets an opportunity on the power play. They are 0 for 1 tonight. It's a cross check against Edwards. So it's 5-on-4 hockey.
Milt, after the way they've started out this period, I'm glad we're up here and not down on the bench right now.
Yeah, I am thankful for that myself, Paul. Spolik around Hartley and along the goal line, saved by Bradshaw. Swenson steps down. Minute and a half to go. Swenson. It's a shot that whistled through the crease into the near corner. Was not on goal, however. Spolik through the circles all the way to the far boards. And this will get out of the zone.
Nice job by the defenders there. As soon as the Minnesota players got the puck, they were able to move out and take away the opportunity for a shot. So good job.
Peterson and I up front, McKenzie and Erdman on the back. Here's a 3-on-1 and a goal. It's a shot and a goal. It broke down into a 3-on-1. And the Riverkings have fallen behind as the BlueOx have scored 2 goals in the span of a minute and 41 seconds to start this second period. The goals come a minute and a half apart and makes it 2-1.
Well, that's not a great way to start.
Minnesota power play goal scored by number 22, Riley Enderle.
Enderle gets the goal.
Number 24, Eric Worry. Enderle from Worry, time of the power play goal, 1:49.
War gets the assist on Enderle's goal that makes it 2-1. It came at a minute 41. Just a minute and 25 seconds after the breakaway by Tim. Now 2-1 BlueOx.
Well, the BlueOx coaching staff did a good job between periods, it looks like. So now it's time for the Riverkings to pick it up.
3-on-2 here is a nice job on a back check by Kyle Smith. Prevented a good scoring chance there. Man, what's going on with these scoring chances all of a sudden, Paul? That was nearly a chance there as well.
A lot of breakdowns right now. They still continue to try and get the puck away from the player instead of just taking him out. If you can knock that guy down or get in his way and hold him up, take the stick out of play, it's much harder for them to score. You can't just let them walk right in.
Swenson down the boards. Peterson will get there for the Riverkings. He'll take a hit. Puck remains in the BlueOx zone momentarily. And here come the BlueOx in after shooting it in. Over to Peterson on right wing. He's got help coming, driving the net. Peterson, a big blast into the body, backhander and a goal. It's Cole Krager.
Oh, Steers down.
So is
Peterson.
Peterson and Steer must have collided. They are both down on the ice. So we celebrate the Cole Krager goal, but 2 Riverkings down and stung there.
Peterson's up and moving. Steer hasn't moved.
We watched, of course, the puck come to the front of the net and Krager score the goal. We didn't watch what happened with Peterson and Steer, but they almost certainly had to collide with one another, wouldn't you think, Paul?
Well, it sounded like there was a pretty heavy collision into the boards. So I'm thinking that if they didn't run into each other, then maybe they took each other out and hit it into the boards. No,
they did not. Matt's got a replay for us here.
Oh, great.
They did not collide with one another. And we're going to get another look here in a second so that we can commentate on it. Matt checking out the timeline for us. Here's the breakout.
Come on, Jordan.
Peterson shot it. He got ridden into the boards by the defenseman, and Steer went down. He got hit by the other BlueOx player behind the net. They both got hit by a BlueOx player into the boards behind the play as Krager scored the goal at 2:56 to tie the game at 2 apiece. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, nice job there, Matt.
So Harold Juergens is helping out there.
Good to see him up and moving around.
Now they've got they're going to bring Jordan to the bench, or are they going to take him off the ice here?
I would say he's probably heading off the ice. And I'd like to take a second. That's a very classy move by Boudreau down there. He's even though he's the competing goalie, he is, swatting his stick on the ground, showing a little respect for the injured player. So you do like to see that show of sportsmanship.
There you take a look at Jordan. Again, he was hit into the boards by one of the BlueOx players. It was Jonathan Kester that hit Peterson, and I just got a simple look at it. It didn't look like there was anything cheap or any stick involved that on those hits. I didn't see the Riverkings protesting either one of the hits. They just got hit hard up against the boards and were stung by those hits.
Maybe they were a little bit caught off guard, and enjoying the fact they just scored a goal for a split second and got taken out into the boards.
So we're tied up at 2 after Krager's goal.
He was assisted by number 28, Adam Peterson. And by number 8, Raymond Fleming. Krager from Peterson and Fleming.
Peterson and Fleming get those assists. Here's Edwards stepping in, has a man open, a one-timer by Stevenson. Shot from the side by Edwards, and now the referee's got his hand in the air.
It looks like Peterson's okay. He's standing up, moving down the bench. Looks like he's going to be able to take his next shift when that comes around, so that's a good sign.
No penalty call. I'm not sure why our referee raised the hand. If it
the net came off the moorings.
Oh, okay. So, how about 3 goals in 3.5 minutes? Somewhat different than the first period.
Fans are getting their money's worth.
Harold Jurgens trying to step around his man and move in. He gets it to the front. Pad save by Boudreau. Fleming skates with it first for the Riverkings. McDonald moves it out to center where Day gives a hit to Jaquette. And we get a whistle. And passes the call. We'll have a neutralized face-off.
Oh, collision there between Hartley and one of the BlueOx after the whistle. Everybody skates away fine.
Richard Young turns and shoots it in. Quickly turned out. Oh, Hartley with a hit and then a little nudge by Gibbs up with the elbow at the second hit right into the penalty box of the Riverkings.
Gibbs is kind of letting the elbows go a little bit.
Yeah, that was right below us. We can see that here clearly.
And he just did it back behind the Riverkings goal. He better be careful.
It won't take long before the Riverkings will take exception to that.
And this team's good about standing up for each other.
Ooh. Well, here comes a man to the front. Big shot that's wide. Riverkings have a 3-on-2. Nope, breaks down to a 3-on-3. Backhanded for the front. Well behind the Riverking player between the circles. Richard Young steps in. He's got a man on the right wing. It's Hartley. He shoots. And that went off of the defenseman, Jockett.
He held that puck a little bit too long.
Riverkings looking to hold the zone here. It goes past Young, and it'll be picked up and moved ahead by Alec Tim, but not out. Riverkings able to shoot it in deeper. Krager off the bench, steps in at the point, moves it into the high slot, holding the zone. Nope, it's taken away. Here comes the BlueOx the other way, one-on-one. Evan Erdman's back.
They better watch up top. There's Tim again.
And he took care of Emery there. Now Peterson will turn back. Quickly cleared out by the BlueOx, and 2 Riverkings collide, allows the BlueOx to step in. Tim shot it wide, comes out in front, puck's in front. And no play possible there for Spolik. He just couldn't get his stick on it.
Much better pressure by the Riverkings right now than what they started out with the first couple minutes of the period. So.
Flaherty shot it off the stick of I and out of play. comes free to the front of Bradshaw. Fleming's able to get control of it and shoot it out, and Peterson sends it in. We're tied at 2, and we have moved under 14 minutes to go here in the second period. Jurgens turns it back. Spinning around, heading into the zone. Down goes Spolik, and I believe they're going to say that Peterson got him with the blade. It should send the BlueOx to the power play in this tie hockey game.
Well, if he did get him, that wasn't intentional. He must have been trying for the puck. And the stick came up. Wasn't a malicious play. Unfortunately, while it wasn't a malicious play,
it was a penalty.
It was a penalty. So.
Edwards will head out there, and you see Fleming and is that Harold Jurgens also out on defense? Jordan Steer, remember, has left the ice and is gone into the locker room after getting hit back behind the BlueOx goal as Krager scored to tie the game at 2.
I don't see him on the bench.
High stick is the call. Here we go, BlueOx on to the power play for the third time tonight. Swenson's able to hold it in momentarily, but it's cleared out on a nice play by Timo I. Left wing, Fleming gets there first. Look at Raymond skate with it. And I will move it out all the way down. Beautiful clear there. Good job by Fleming and I. Jurgens will blast it past Swenson and out to center, and the first 30 seconds of the penalty kill are accomplished for the Riverkings. Ooh, Timo I goes down, as does Kyle Kester.
Had a little help there. Offsides.
Offside the call. The BlueOx need to get a delayed call so they can tag up and get onside, and they do. Breakout pass for it's past him, and he's in fact going to go for a line change here with a minute left on the penalty kill. Stevenson gets it on his stick and sends it back the other way.
Good smart play.
Schrader moves into the middle of the ice. 3 Riverkings there. They ride him off the play and into the near corner. And Stevenson turns and sends it out. 30 seconds to go on this penalty kill. We're tied at 2 with 12 minutes to go in the second period. Schrader down. He moves to the middle on the backhand. Tried to find a man coming in the back door. That was War. Nothing doing. Shot off the point. Blocked by Krager. Ooh. Took a big blast off the shot of Tim that time. 4 seconds to go. BlueOx step in. We're back to full strength here. Timo I sends it behind Stevenson and to the far boards.
Yeah, nice block by Krager. You know, as the playoffs near, you start sacrificing the body a little bit more this time of year.
Man, that's one that you go down and just hope it hits your gear ball. Just hope it gets absorbed by the padding.
Pray for thick pads.
Breakout. Ooh, off the corner of the post. The crossbar meets the post. That one hit and came straight down.
And that is not a shot on goal.
Because it couldn't have gone in.
Correct.
This would be a 2-on-1. Peterson and Young. Adam Peterson looking for Richard Young, and it doesn't click in front. Oh.
That puck's just not sitting down tonight for some reason. As cold as what it is, you'd think that thing would be flat as a pancake.
Peterson, a big drive off the paddle board of goaltender Boudreau. Richard Young is in there digging away. Hits on Kyle Smith in the corner.
They're going to need more Ox in that corner to get Young off the puck.
They're going to need Babe the BlueOx to get Richard Young off the puck.
In between periods, the Ox coach told me, he says they enjoy this series.
Is that right?
Yeah. Says it's a lot of fun playing here. It's a great atmosphere. So.
Oh, man's in front alone. Emery in a save. Bradshaw. Somebody's stick is on the ice here. Somebody's playing without a stick. It's Harold Jurgens of the Riverkings, the defenseman.
So here's where one of the forwards should hand them his stick. It's more important in the defensive zone that your defenseman has a stick than the forward.
Still in the Riverking zone, now cleared out of there, and that will allow Jurgens to come on up and get his stick.
The game's much easier to play with a stick.
Backhanded by Raymond Fleming into the zone. Man is there, and they don't get the puck to the near side and on to the stick of Max Moore.
Riverkings caught a little bit of a break there. I think that puck had been knocked down with a high stick.
Okay, yeah. It's the whistle here.
Well, it happened after the BlueOx player touched it, so that's a good sign. Looks like we're going to have a face-off down in the...
To the right of Brady Boudreau. Max Moore is out there along with Tanner Day. And on the other wing, Bradley McDonald. Oh, Erdman will chase this one down. Will it be an icing? It will not. Cobb heads it back the other way for the BlueOx. Bradshaw down, and this puck jumps out to center. McDonald tries to get there first, and he spills to the ice. Day moved it in front. Riverkings gain possession of the puck. Through traffic, Max Moore with the goal that gives the Riverkings the lead.
Great shot.
Picked the upper right-hand corner over the left shoulder of Boudreau. It comes at 11:34.
Well, these goaltenders all playing the butterfly now. That top part of the net's where you're going to make your money. That shot was peanut butter milk. He stuck it to the roof.
There you go. Max Moore gives the Riverkings a 3-2 lead. Goals at 11:34, and we'll get the assists for that goal from downstairs in just a moment.
Well, that should help build the confidence.
There's a penalty call. Tanner Day and Bradley McDonald assist Max Moore.
Looks like Peterson's getting a little worked up.
Whoa, there somebody spills to the ice. I think Tim thought he was tripped. Peterson's in the box again, second time tonight. And
looks like a holding call.
Power play coming for the BlueOx. 3-2 Riverkings with 7:52 to go in period number 2.
Yeah, I think the captain needs to show a little bit more discipline right now, not get involved in these kind of things.
Shot to the point, but not out. Jordan Steer is back on the ice, Paul.
That's great to see.
Yeah, you bet it is. I didn't see him come out of the locker room, but he's back. Now, Timo I tries to fight through. I don't see any arm up in the air, though. There's no penalty call there.
It was a poor decision on the officiating part.
I worked his way through a double team and was taken down and there was no call. Spolik on right wing. Swenson steps in, save Bradshaw.
Good job by Fleming clearing that.
In behind the net, comes out to Spolik here along the right boards. He steps in, shoots, and the puck comes free. It's loose in the crease. Whistle blows. Shot well after the whistle there. I think the net was off of its moorings, or the referee lost sight of the puck, but there was a whistle, and that shot was well after the whistle.
The referee definitely blew the whistle. So hard to hear over the crowd. We got a good turnout tonight, so glad to see the folks braving the weather and enjoying the Riverkings hockey tonight.
1 minute, 10 seconds left on the power play opportunity. 3-2 Riverkings. This is a BlueOx power play. Spolik, centering pass. There's a man in front, Jockett, but it didn't get to him. Now down low to DeCroc. An extra pass and a goal to tie it at 3. I thought, Paul, I was just going to say to you, he made a mistake in passing it. He was free in front. He should have shot it. But he obviously made the right play because they get the goal to tie it up.
Yeah, well, what they'd been doing on that power play, if you notice, Milt, the guy in the back door was wide open. The puck was on the other side, and the Riverkings were guilty a little bit of chasing that puck again like they have been for a lot of this game, to be honest. And they were able to feed that through and bang it past Bradshaw. So we just look a little bit off the mark tonight.
So game is tied at 3 after the power play goal by the BlueOx, and we'll get the call in a minute. The BlueOx head right back in. Kester gets the goal. DeCroc gets one of the assists to tie it at 3. I did not hear the other. I apologize for that.
DeCoop and Jacket.
Oh, okay. Jockett, all right. Richard Young tries to move to the middle, takes a hit that elicits a cheer out of the BlueOx bench down here to our right. Flaherty shoots it in. Now Steele, and coming out in front. And now we get a little mix-up here. Shader takes a hit from, I believe that was McKenzie.
Yeah. That's good. You want to protect your crease. You want to keep an eye out for your goaltender. Get in there, clear the space out of there, and then get out of the way. Don't take another penalty. Momentum's just been up and down the whole period.
5 goals in this period, and we still have 5 minutes and 42 seconds of play to go.
A little concerning. We've given up 3 goals in one period with this much time left to play. So got to be disciplined and stay out of the box. I mean, that's 2 power play goals that they've given up tonight. So maybe it's time to mix up the lines or.
Here's Peterson.
To play out of the,
uses the boards. This could be a 2-on-1. Eye to the front. Peterson cuts to the front, shoots it. Save Boudreau. Now back for Peterson in the high slot. Try to get a man in behind the defense. That's Tim, who's already scored on a breakaway tonight. Center ice. Krager battles for it. Peterson just shoots it right off the glass. Not much here moving in either direction as Alec Tim steps in. Gets it back. No one in front. Now they've got DeCroc, and he shot it off of eye. Miller. Peterson and Miller. And we're going to get another penalty call against Adam Peterson.
Well, this may not be over. And it may not be over. It might be over for now, but it may not be over for the rest of the weekend.
We still have 4 periods and 4 minutes and 56 seconds.
Yeah, and after being scored on the last power play when he was in the box.
Oh, Miller's going too, Paul.
Well, that's good. They'll have somebody to talk to.
Did you ever land in the penalty box in your hockey days?
I was unjustly accused on many occasions.
Unjustly accused. Well, justice isn't always fair.
That's what I said, sort of.
Or blind.
Well,
or maybe you think the referee was blind.
Well, I think I mentioned that too. I know there was a lot of father-son bonding on the way home from the games when there was multiple penalties. So.
Unsportsmanlike conduct to Wisconsin Raptors number 28. Minnesota penalty to number 13, Nick Mueller. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct, Minnesota number 13. Time of all the penalties, 15:04.
Now, in all of that, while I was busy trying to have you share your penalty box history, I think Adam Peterson ended up with the second penalty so that there will still be a power play here. They both got unsportsmanlike, but I think that there was an initial 2-minute penalty against Peterson. Yep, here we go. Day's coming into the penalty box for that other penalty. And on a tie hockey game with 4:56 to go in the second period, the BlueOx, who have already scored 2 power play goals, are back on that power play right now.
Well, I think part of what predicated that penalty was the fact that Peterson was along the far boards and he skated over across the ice to come after Mueller on that play. So that
offside here, I believe.
Matching unsportsmanlike conduct.
After the initial, was that a high stick, I think?
It may have been. It was either high stick or cross-checking. But how do you think Gordie Howe would have handled that call?
Spolik steps down the right wing. Swenson through traffic. Puck is free at the back door, but it does not go in the net. Remember, we're tied up here at 3. Swenson moves it quickly over for Kester. Kester moves along the goal line.
See, now they're starting doing the same thing. They got somebody on the back.
Trying to sneak that man in the back door. It's Kester right now through traffic. Bradshaw saw it. Got down with the left leg to make the save. Swenson, beautiful job by Cole Kreger to clear the zone. We're down to a minute now on the power play. We're entering the last stages of period number 2, a period in which we've seen 5 goals scored. Spolik. He carries the puck. Nick Spolik's interesting because he plays with his mouth guard out of his mouth. It's usually dangling out, just got it barely in there, and most of it out to one side or the other.
You see a lot of guys doing that nowadays. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is.
I would go even further, Paul. I'd say it defeats the purpose of the mouth guard. Jockett, that puck's free. Bradshaw made the initial save, and then Erdman cleaned up at the right post.
Dump it out.
Jurgens pushes it out with 12 seconds on the power play. Stepping. Oh, nice job there by Stevenson. 5 seconds now. Gonna go cross ice. Kester shoots it down. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Edwards down on left wing. Tries to center it, but nobody there yet on the right side. Alec Tim turned back there by Jordan Steer.
Good to see him back.
Off the stick there of Grant Smith and into the zone. Trying to center it. Doesn't click, and so it's backhanded off the glass and out. Richard Young chasing. Steers coming to the front, joining the play. Jordan Steer will go in to get it off of Young. Stick plays in front, and it comes to Skradsky.
Well, I'm not sure why the BlueOx player wasn't anxious to go down in the corner with Richard Young.
Gibbs at the big collision with Evan Erdman. It's Erdman that spills to the ice with the minute 40 for the period. 3-3. Shot in into the corner. Erdman backhands it along. Off the glass. And it comes in on goaltender Drake Bradshaw. And he covers up with a minute 23 to go in the second period.
That was a smart play on Bradshaw's part. Wasn't sure where that puck was going, so better take control of the situation, cover it up, take the face off. So, Milt, you think there's going to be a few coaching opportunities in between your intermission?
Yes, I do. Miller now sent out. Here comes Krager. Makes the move. Gets it free.
Wow.
Oh, man. Boudreau, what a glove save.
Wow.
Oh, that was a, what do they say, a 5-bell save there? Whoa, man.
That was great. Yeah, great save. Great play by Krager. I thought he had him beat. He just, sometimes the goalie just makes a great save.
Oh, he fanned on the outlet pass. Eye holds the zone, and then he loses it. Hansen goes after it. McKenzie there first.
Okay, well, we scored in the last minute of the first period. Let's keep the trend going.
50 seconds for the second. McKenzie shoots it to center. Cross ice. Stevenson from eye. Stevenson, no one in front. 35 seconds for the second period. Eye comes free with it. Centers it for Stevenson. Hansen did a nice job on defense. Edwards has it again. Shader's there digging with him and battling in behind the net. Kester as well. 20 seconds to go. Hansen with it. 17 seconds. In on Bradshaw, who goes down at the right post and steers it aside. Shot to the far boards. Now past eye to the near boards. Hansen with 3 seconds. Alec Tim will get there first. No chance to get it on goal. And the period ends. Well, how about that? 5 goals in the period. And we head to the third, all tied up at 3-3. And we'll be back to bring you the third period after we break for the intermission here on Hockey TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. So, Paul, I did a little research of my own between periods. These two teams played up in Coon Rapids, Minnesota on the 30th of November and on the 1st of December. And the final scores on the game on the 30th was 6-5 Riverkings. On the 1st of December, the score was 7-6 BlueOx. So apparently they bring out the best in one another. 11 goals followed by 13 goals. It doesn't appear as if the defensive play is crisp when these two teams get together.
No, I think the goal judges may get a workout here in this third period.
That's right. Well, we've only had 6 goals tonight. We're down.
But with still 1 period to play.
Right, that's right. And if we have 5 more goals in this period, we'll be up at 11.
That'll be great. I'd love it if we win this game 8-3.
This is the final weekend of the regular season, and you're watching River King hockey on Hockey TV and on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Shots on goal through 2, 21-15 in favor of the BlueOx. The BlueOx came into this game at 25 wins, 15 losses, and 2 ties. And the River Kings at 27 14-1. I should actually say not ties, but overtime or shootout losses. So 27 wins, looking for number 28 here tonight, which would lock up the number 3 slot in the playoffs in the West Division, and a likely matchup with the Minnesota Mullets here next weekend. And
well, the Riverkings are going to need to get sharper in this period, play with a little more discipline and a little more drive.
Officiating crew is talking with Marty Quarters here. Not exactly sure what the topic of discussion is.
Well, respectfully, Milt, that looks more like Coach Quarters is talking at the officials. There may have been some tomfoolery in that last period that he wanted to bring to their attention.
Okay. So. I saw an elbow or two that we talked about.
Yes, sir. Right in front of us here and then back behind the net. So. All right, let's get ready to go here.
Krager steps in against the Crook. Center ice, they battle for it.
I would look for a big period out of Adam Peterson. I think he's a little upset with how his night has gone so far.
Oh, there's a penalty. Oh. And Krager will protest as Timo I was facing the boards, facing the glass, and just a two-handed shove from behind, a cross-check or a boarding call is going to be coming up here. That was a silly penalty, wasn't it, to take? I mean, glad the Riverkings are headed to the power play here, but didn't seem like a very disciplined play on Crook's part.
I would agree. That was a poor decision on his part, but if it works out in our favor.
So, 5-on-4 advantage for the Riverkings. Steer and Fleming at the points. There's a shot. Oh, through traffic. Fleming shot gathered into the glove by Boudreau. Timo I, Cole Krager, Adam Peterson are the wingers. So you've got your first defense pair, your first line forwards out there in a 3-3 game, sent between the defensemen and all the way down. We've just begun play in the third period. It's all tied up at 3 apiece. The Minnesota BlueOx wearing black, blue, and white against the Riverkings in white, blue, and green.
Okay, Milt, so you've seen the scores and past history of these teams.
Yeah.
Call your shot. Pick a number for the winning score tonight. No pressure.
Man, I'm going to say I'd want to be at 6. Now, 5 might win it, but I want to be at 6 for sure to avoid overtime.
Okay. So you can say 6-4, 6-3?
I just want to get to 6. I don't know what that's going to be. I just want to get to 6 in this hockey game. 6, it's taken 6 in every game they've played this year between these two. Edwards. Oh, he's clipped down. That's going to be an offside. That whistle is for offside. Boy, did you think it was a clean hip check, Paul?
Yeah, he got him clean.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Not need a knee there at all.
No,
okay.
I didn't see that.
Okay. 56 seconds to go in the power play. We remain tied at 3 with 18:41 to go. And then again, you could have a period where it could just tighten up and it could be a 4-3 game, but I still want 6.
Well, the next goal is going to be crucial in this match.
McKenzie gloves it down.
Good to see Jordan Steer back out there moving around well. So that was a scary situation with him in that last period.
Yes, it was. Krager, right wing with 38 for the power play. Intercepted. Spolik has a trailer. It's War on the other side. Spolik lets it go.
Great defensive play by Fleming back there. He took away the middle of the ice.
Allowed Bradshaw to shrug that one aside with his left shoulder.
There's Peterson having a good game.
10 seconds for the power play as I goes for it. He has the stick of the BlueOx player tucked in his arm, and meanwhile there's a scrum in front of the goal, and the puck's totally in a different spot. Jurgens turns back with it. Breakout.
Shoot it.
Right wing. Wrister.
There we go.
Timo I with his second goal of the night. 4-3 Riverkings. Goals at 17, 2:23 of the third.
Had the power play expired?
Yes, it had. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, hey, either way, that's still a great goal. Great shot there. Once again, he stuck that to the roof like peanut butter.
Wisconsin Rapids goal scored by number 4, Timo I. He was assisted by number 6, Harold Jurgens. I from Ert Jurgens. Time of the goal, 2:43.
Jurgens the only assist there. Bolik has it stolen by Krishnak.
Yeah, Jurgens has been a great addition to the team this year. I as well.
Krishnak moves it ahead for Stevenson and out of the zone. And we get an icing call here with 16:49 to go. 4-3 Riverkings.
Okay. So 2 more and we hit your 6.
Still plenty of time to get to 6, indeed. Riverkings breakout with Stevenson. Centers off of the defenseman, and then poking away at it was Krishnak. But saves made by Boudreau, and we'll get a face-off to his left here.
Yeah, that's a good play. He showed good discipline there. Once the whistle blew, he skated away. He didn't get involved in anything just outside the goal, the visiting crease there. So good hockey.
Wrapped around the boards, taken back by Kyle Smith. He's out there with Richard Young and Milius. The Crook heads back. McKenzie's with him. Down they go. And out come the Riverkings. Cross ice to Milius. Milius to Smith. He does. Save Boudreau.
He kept that puck on the ice, so you've got to elevate it. All the goals tonight have been up top, so.
Young tried to get it to Milius, but that one doesn't connect. Allows the BlueOx to head in, but only momentarily.
You know, you think the equipment has something to do with the goaltenders playing the butterfly so much now? The pads are a lot lighter than when perhaps you and I played.
Yeah. Here's an icing call. I don't know. There's just so very few stand-up goaltenders left. And yet, there's so many big kids playing goal that you wonder if it might be advantageous for some of them to play stand-up style and goal.
I think if you put yourself on the ground, you know, you limit your mobility. I know they can get across from side to side and everything, but it's much harder to up and down like that is much harder on you. When I was a kid playing with those old leather pads.
Oh, man. They were heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Saved
especially
by
once they got wet.
Bradshaw there. Steers it to the near corner. Colin Moore.
Oh, there's one of those elbows.
Takes a hit. He's down. Stick is free. Around to the far side. Here comes the BlueOx on the breakout with Emery. Steers got him, and he fans on the pass or shot. I'm not sure what he's up to there, but he fanned on it, and Fleming was back to get it.
I don't see how they missed the call on that one. That was a pretty blatant elbow. And he's right in the middle of the ice.
Colin Moore drops it in. Under 15 minutes for the hockey game. Steer hits Gibbs at neutral ice. And we get a offside call.
If you look at that, the Riverkings did a good job there. You know, they weren't trying to play the puck there inside their zone. They tied the man up along the boards. That's what you need to do.
So, Paul, earlier you asked me how many goals I thought would be necessary to win it. I have a question for you.
Okay.
What are the odds of there being a fight in the hockey game as we progress? And there's, you talked about some elbows flying and some other things going on. What's the percentage of them dropping the gloves and going?
That's a good question. You know, Milt, I would say it's 70-30. I think both of these teams know that while they don't want to let the other team get away with anything, you know, the playoffs are coming in a week. You don't want to take a chance of somebody getting hurt, somebody getting suspended. You know, especially if it's one of your skill players that maybe occasionally drops a glove. You don't want them to take a chance of breaking a hand when they're going into the playoffs. So I'm going to say 70-30.
For against?
Against. Yeah, I don't think that there's going to be an all-out fight. I think there may be some heated discussions.
Krager's going to get a boarding or cross-checking call here. Do you want to adjust the odds at all?
So it's 70-30 overall, but I'm going to give it, you know, 80-20 in favor of Krager. He is not that type of player, I don't think. I haven't seen that out of him this year, but I think that the BlueOx would get a look at him and probably tread lightly. He's not a small individual.
So there we go. Power play opportunity for the BlueOx to tie it at 4. 4-3 Riverkings, 14 minutes exactly to go. And 2 power play goals tonight for the BlueOx. Back door, oh, and he fanned on it. Spolik fanned on it. He had a scoring chance there. So Peterson heads out shorthanded. He just is going to get that puck to eye. He tried to drag it around a man. Jaquette, but could not. Kester steps in, tries to step around a man, drives behind the goal.
So what do you think the odds are on Eye's hat trick tonight?
Ooh, off the side post. And now the man, there they go to the back door again, Paul.
Let them just do the same thing over and over again.
And the man was there. I'm going to say with the present possibility of an empty net, I'm going to say they're favorable.
Spoken like a gentleman who does not spend his allowance in Las Vegas.
No, I haven't. I'm going to ponder that a bit. That's interesting. A minute 19 on this power play. They're going to toss Peterson, and Timo I is going to come in. Hartley on the chase for the Riverkings, but it's held in here. Watch that backdoor play, weak side play. Kester fanned on it, but he's able to move it over, and a shot whistled in by Swenson. Swenson again, and he shot that to the back boards. Just under a minute on the power play. Hartley, that one's cut off at the side boards by Spolik. Now
dump it out.
Here comes Hartley with Peterson.
You're better off dumping that out, making the line change.
Final 35 seconds of the power play. Alec Tim in with War. Tim shot it off the stick of a Riverking. Follow-up chance by War, and a good save by Bradshaw.
I think the BlueOx are going to start pressing a little bit here soon. They can close the gap in the playoff race with a win tonight.
And it needs to be a regulation win.
Right.
Riverkings get a point either night, it doesn't change the standing. So they need to win in regulation both nights.
Well, look for them to start taking some chances now. We're headed towards almost halfway through the third.
War steps down. And, oh, Enderle was in the high slot and he fanned on it. Had a good chance there. Miller through the skates of War. Steps down, fires it. That one went off the left arm of Bradshaw and out of play with 6 seconds on the power play. It remains 4-3 Riverkings.
So, Milt, did you have a good Valentine's Day?
I did.
Well, that's great.
Steer around the boards and to the point. Now out for Krager. Cole moving out of the box and into the zone. Gets himself open. Shot it right off the stick of Boudreau.
That was a great shot, though. He had that up toward the upper third of the net.
War left wing. Drives wide and in behind the goal. Enderle moved in front, but he's cleared out of there. Jaquette down in behind the goal. Four-man scrum comes loose to the point. Through traffic off of I. And he clears it out. Down to Boudreau. Shots are 24-18 in favor of the BlueOx. Goals are 4-3 in favor of the Riverkings. Richard Young steps in. Goes for Kyle Smith. Smith with a hit there. Hansen tried to work his way through. He was turned aside. And the Riverkings shoot it in. It's Luke Milius on the forecheck, but Hansen moves out. Bradshaw moves it easily to the corner.
And now they're taking the body down in the defensive zone. That's good adjustment.
Swept away from Richard Young by Flaherty. And off of Hansen's stick and in. Milius moves around Swenson. He's going to be the first to get there. Young through traffic and deflected to the near boards. We are halfway through the third. Riverkings 4, BlueOx 3.
BlueOx aren't going to be able to make anything out of this. They're dead on their feet right now, so they need a line change.
Yep. Max Moore chips it across, but just to the blue line. He's still after it, still working hard. Max and Colin Moore in on Skradsky.
Well, he's got some pretty long legs. Moore can cover a lot of ice quickly.
That's big number 23, Max Moore. See if they've got it here. He's 6'4", Paul, 6'4" and 185. Max comes free with the puck. Steps in. He's got a goal tonight. Fires high and wide. And a whistle. And, ooh.
Uh-oh.
Well,
the odds might have just went up.
A little dust up there, huh? Max Moore and
probably just
Gradsky.
Probably a little disagreement. Do we go to Grace's Family Restaurant after the game, or do we go to Polito's Pizza?
Conversation continues. Adam Peterson was speaking with our referee tonight.
Would that be considered looking down on an official?
In one sense. Krager tried to center it in front for I. He's working it for Peterson, and that one was blocked at the defense and sent right back to Krager in the corner. Spolik on left wing. Man's in the middle to Kroc. Back to Spolik now. Oh, beautiful back check by Peterson.
Leave it there.
Tie up the stick. Centering pass that Bradshaw steers to the back. Timo I will get there first. Push it out of the zone.
Good job.
Peterson one-on-one with Jaquette. Peterson shoots. Save into the glove of Boudreau.
And I don't think Adam Peterson wants to spend any more time in the private accommodations. That was a smart move on his part to skate away.
Otherwise known as the penalty box.
Well, you do have a great view from there, though.
You do. Ice level, no glass.
Right. Huh? There's a nice man in there that gives you a water bottle.
Yeah. Holds the door for you.
It's not all bad. Except for that one thing, it's not all bad.
The one thing is going back and facing the coach after your stay.
Okay.
Stevenson. Oh, shot it wide. He's trying to pick that upper corner again, though. 8 minutes to go. Spolik goes cross ice. One-timer sent in by Alec Tim.
Yeah, they're offsides.
Edwards, past one man, past two men. He's got Stevenson with him. Edwards holds for Stevenson. Oh, and it doesn't quite click. Great chance there. They'll come the BlueOx into the middle to Spolik, but he's covered up by both Erdman and McKenzie.
And you see how tying the man up like that? That left the puck free for somebody else on the team to pick that up. As before, they were busy trying to chase that puck all around the defensive zone, and they were leaving the Ox with more chances.
Here's an icing with 7:21 for the third. 4-3. Riverkings. Win tonight gives them 57 points on the year, and they clinch home ice for the first round of the playoffs. You have to win 2 series to be one of the 2 teams from the Premier West Division to make it to the national tournament in Boston. There's 8 divisions, and there's 52 teams vying for those 16 spots in the national tournament. Jordan Steer makes the nice play there. Young turned back. Fleming reaches for it. Poke checked away from him. Centering pass off the stick there of Riley Enderle. Riverkings head the other way. Kyle Smith is able to clear the zone. Bradshaw will just send it to Fleming. Now out to Max Moore. Richard Young. Jurgens shoots it out of play.
Much better period so far. So, too soon to pull the visiting goalie?
Yes. Yep. If you're in their situation, though, where you have to win in regulation for it to really make an impact, I would say you got to consider it around the 4-minute mark, though. Krager shoots it in. Coaches out there might be laughing at us, but again, for this BlueOx team, it would be nice to win the hockey game, but for it to really matter, they've got to win it in regulation tonight and again tomorrow night.
I don't know that we've had anybody come in this year and sweep us on our home ice, though. That's a pretty big challenge.
It is. It's a huge challenge for a visiting team. And I'll do the research for you on that.
Well, thank you, Milt.
You're welcome. Nope, no one has swept the Riverkings on home ice this year.
So are we still taking odds?
I don't think it looks very good that it's going to need 6 tonight. So I've already wished that I hadn't said that. So no, I'm not putting anything else out there. It's Fleming with the check on the crook in the corner. Got through traffic and in behind the goal. Swenson. Wrist shot through traffic, deflected to the near corner. Loose puck in the high crease. Shot all the way around by Jurgens. He's looking for Peterson, but that puck. Did that jump out of play?
Looked like it did.
4:24 to go in the third. 4-3 Riverkings.
Just keep an eye on Timo I. He was a little slow getting back to the bench. He looked like he blocked a shot on that last time out. Seems to be okay. But, yeah, he's had probably could arguably be the first star of the game at this point.
Yeah, and I think there's a chance of that. Stevenson comes to the middle.
Nice.
He's got some room. He shoots. Rebound overskated.
Oh.
Fleming overskated the rebound. And now penalty call. Referee's got to call a trip here. Who's it against? It's against one of the BlueOx.
I think so.
Door is opening. And Flaherty gets the gates.
Go to the box. You feel shame.
So it's 4-3 Riverkings, and they go back to the power play here.
Minnesota penalty number 6, Shane Flaherty. 2 minutes for tripping. 2 minutes for tripping with Minnesota number 6.
Krager will center I and Peterson. Fleming and Steer will watch the power play, and remember that Timo I has 2 goals in the hockey game. 3 gets you the hat trick. Cole Krager steps around his man Jockett.
So should we start a trend?
What trend would that be?
Well, when you player scores a hat trick, you throw your hat on the ice. In Detroit, they throw octopus on the ice.
They do. Here's a breakout for Hansen. Fleming is back to cover that up. He centered it off of Bradshaw.
So, Milt, maybe tomorrow night we need to bring a fish?
I prefer hats to fish, but I prefer to bring a hat that I really don't mind if I lose. Edwards comes in. He drives the net. He's pushed wide. Nice job on the defense there by Jockett.
Great display of his strength there, staying on his skates and trying to get around the defense.
Back there with Edwards. There's less than a minute now. Centered behind Jurgens and out of the zone. Harold's plural. Harold's Jurgens. Peterson and that comes deflects to the near glass. The crowd comes out. He's got McKenzie crossing, so shorthanded here. He doesn't have a real good scoring chance. The BlueOx bench cries out for a trip against McKenzie. There's none forthcoming with 25 seconds for the power play. Edwards in, centers it off the stick of Krishnik.
I didn't know Ox cried. Maybe that's why they're blue.
Swenson after it, but Bradshaw's there first. Peterson. Krishnik is onside, but it's taken away by the BlueOx. They kill off the power play. 2:06 for the game. Bradshaw makes the save, or I should say for the third period.
Boudreau's looking to the bench now. Looks like they're calling a timeout.
Timeout with 2:04 to go. And again, we'll see when they choose to pull goaltender Boudreau. You want to win the hockey game. There's always a benefit to winning, even if it would be in overtime, even if it doesn't improve your standing. You just want to play well and win the game. So I would guess they'd pull Boudreaux pretty quick, try to get this thing tied up into overtime here tonight. If you're the River Kings, you want to play clean hockey, don't you? And just take care of business and get out of here with the win. Maybe get an empty netter in a 5-3 win.
Well, at this point, you're looking to build momentum heading into next week. So whether you win it in regulation, win it in overtime, a win helps build confidence, and you start to look at what you were doing right, and you highlight those as you go into the next game. There's no easy path in any hockey league. There's really no easy path to get to the championship. So, which is part of the fun.
So we'll see if this fresh 5 on the ice will maybe finish off the hockey game even. Timo I, Adam Peterson, Cole Krager are the forwards. Fleming and Steer are the defense pair.
Boudreaux's heading back into the net.
Yes, he is.
Not all the way, though.
He's going to stay up here near the bench. Nope, he's coming out.
He's coming out.
They have 6 skaters out there with 124 seconds to go. 4-3 River Kings. Battle is in behind the River King goal. Snap from the point. Save Bradshaw. Loose puck. Where is it? It's in behind the net. And now, what happened here? The BlueOx bench is just yelled out, "No way." I don't know what they're protesting. It doesn't appear as if the net is off. Or is it?
No, it didn't look like it was off.
Faceoff's coming outside of the zone with 1:46 to go. Peterson will turn. He shot it off of his teammate. Now he shoots it for the empty net, and it's wide. And icing the call. That's the fans. That's the thing here. You've got that empty net, and you can shoot for it from anywhere on the ice. But if the River Kings shoot for the empty net on the other side of the red line and they miss it, as Peterson just did, it's going to be an icing, and the faceoff is going to come back in the River King defensive end. 1:35 to go. Alec Tim shot it off of Peterson.
Nice shot by the captain, giving up the body there.
Loose stick on the ice. There's Tim loads it up and sliding across. Krager bid the blocking there. 1:20 now, shooting for the empty net again. This one's wide in the corner, and it is an icing call. Peterson got stung by the block, and he's a little gimpy. I think it got him low on his right leg.
Skating around. I think he'll be okay.
Minute 16, 4-3 River Kings. Steer. Here's a shot for the empty net, and it's just wide. Oh, no icing here? Yeah, there it is. I didn't hear a whistle. I knew it was an icing by procedure, but I never heard the whistle.
Well, there was a little groaning coming out of the stadium when that one missed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hard to hear over that one.
Just missed wide right.
But at least it wasn't a double doink.
It was not. It was not a double doink. We're hit one sidebar and then over to the other, huh?
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Just like an 8-10 split in? What? No, 7-10 split in bowling, right? So when you leave the two pins up?
7-10.
Shot between the defenseman and down. And an icing here with 53-7 to go.
Get it past the red line, boys.
River Kings only have 19 shots on goal in this hockey game. They lead it 4-3.
Yeah, Boudreaux probably doesn't want to talk about that goals against average.
It was not a good save percentage tonight. Off the boards and out, but again, another icing with 46.7.
Well, even though they continue to ice the puck over and over again, which is not great, it makes for a very choppy flow to the game. doesn't really allow Minnesota to get set up at all. So
off the face-off, Swenson backhands it right into I. Fleming steers it to the near boards. It's out and all the way down, and
come on, Timo.
And oh, they play on. No icing call. Just waiting for the whistle there. Here comes Swenson. Tried to drop it back behind his teammate. 20 seconds for the hockey game. Comes in front.
Good job taking the man out there.
Out of the zone with 17 seconds to go. 14 seconds. Peterson for the empty net. Never got past the blue line. Enderle with 8. Comes down in. Fleming's the first there with 6. Around to the point and out of the zone with 3. It's not going to make the goal line in time. It's game over. And the Riverkings win it 4-3.
Well, that was not their most highlight-filled display of the year, but it was a good win.
And it's a win that clinches 3rd seed in the Western Division playoffs. Most likely now against the Minnesota Mullets. There's a chance that they could catch Rum River, but I wouldn't say that that was likely.
And do you think maybe that weighed on the Riverkings a little bit tonight, knowing that, you know, if they could secure the points, that they would lock up their place in the playoffs?
Sometimes that clinching situation can make you play a little tight.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
here's the salute. Riverkings salute their fans. We're going to stay on the air to get the 3 stars of the hockey game. Final shots on goal are 29-19 in favor of the BlueOx, but the Riverkings win it 4-3. We think that Timo I with 2 goals is one of the stars of the hockey game. We'll see who the other 2 might be.
Well, I think Marty Quarters did a great job coaching these guys up tonight. You know, there were times where they had some undisciplined play, and there were times where they really looked to be a little bit behind in the play, and I think he did a good job righting the ship.
And this was a tough game, not just because it could clinch that seeding, but also a tough game because they just played 4 in a row with the first place team, the Hudson Havoc. And you come off of that intensity into this game, and it's understandable that it might not have been as crisp.
Yeah, it was easier for it to be a sleeper game. So
what do they call those? A trap game.
Yep.
Looks like it'll be Krager and I and Max Moore. Who got a big goal tonight. See what order they come in. Max Moore is the 3rd star.
Good for him.
Cole Krager. I think that's a good choice too, Paul.
I agree.
Timo I, star number 1. Well, the Riverkings win it 4-3. We'll have 1 playoff series here at least next weekend. So you have a good call with Matt tomorrow night, Paul, and we'll see you next Friday night.
Looking forward to it, Milt.
You've been watching River King Hockey on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV. Tonight's final score, the Riverkings 4 and the BlueOx 3. Good night, everybody.